Steve's first day at MindSync.
Hi there, my name is Steve. I'm a new therapist at MindSync. I've just finished my first session and now I'm on my way to meet with my clinical supervisor.
Hello, my name is Kim. I'm a tenured clinical therapist here at MindSync. I've enjoyed helping people for the last 15 years.
Hi, I'm Al. You must be our new therapist? How's your first day?
Hi, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you. Things are as well as I've expected. My colleagues are welcoming.
That's great to hear, Steve. So, where are you headed?
I have a meeting with Kim. She is going to partner with me and provide clinical supervision.
Hello, Steve. How's your first day here at MindSync?
Hi, Kim. Things are going great. Thank you for meeting with me and agreeing to provide my clinical supervision.
Don't mention it. The pleasure is all mine. I'm glad to hear that you're fitting in. Hopefully you'll find your niche here. Did you have an opportunity to review the supervisory agreement?
Yes, I have, and I am in agreement. I sent a signed copy to you by email earlier this morning.
As you are aware, the majority of your focused caseload will consist of probation and parole clients. All participants have nonviolent criminal records coupled with substance use disorders.
Yes, I'm aware. This population is one of the reasons I look forward to joining this agency. MindSync is the nation's leader in addressing substance use disorders and one of the founding agencies in New Mexico to incorporate a person-centered multicultural approach.
Steve, you've got the job. I'm impressed that you've done your homework. Before we discuss client therapy, I would like to go over some company housekeeping, specifically billing, payments, and client scheduling. All client hours will need to be logged into the client portal. You are to log in with your assigned pass and will ensure payments and billing for both present and future services. Verification can be made by calling client services billing to confirm eligibility.
That sounds reasonable. I think I can handle that.
That's great to hear. Service verification serves a dual purpose. Not only are we able to get services rendered and receive compensation, our clients are able to establish proof of program compliance with adult justice services.
I see. That makes perfect sense. We can establish and maintain professional relationships that help to provide reassurances not only to the courts, but for our clients as well.
You've got it. Now, I also want to remind you of how very important it is to review the PHQ-9 and GAD-7, Depression and Anxiety Self-Assessment Scale, with each client prior to entering your office. And when you come to closing of your session, you are to assess for any suicidal ideations.
I understand.
If there are any present suicidal ideations and no plan, you are to obtain a safety plan agreement for what the client will do if that changes.
Okay, and what if they do have a plan?
Well, if a plan of self-harm exists, you will request the lunch special over the intercom to your office line extension. Protocols are in place and security will respond to your location within the next 45 seconds.
Whew, I see. That's impressive. Then what happens?
After you've documented your reason for activating the client protocol, You'll need to assess them at the acute clinic within 24 hours of initiation. Once you've assessed the severity of the suicide ideation and plan, you will conference with the resident psychiatrist to release after 72 hours, or initiate transfer of client for further observation in our long-term facility located in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
I will be sure to keep my index in plain sight should the situation call for such action.
That is a wonderful idea. I keep my index readily available. Now let's hear about your first client.
Hello, Mr. Crumb. My name is Steve. I'm a new therapist here at MindSync. Well, I'll be damned. I've been locked up in Ruidoso for the last 30 years. I get released to parole, and my therapist is a Negro. Yes, Mr. Crumb. I am a man who happens to be several skin tones darker than you are. Do you perceive this as a problem? If so, I can make arrangements for you to meet with a therapist similar to your cultural norms. No, sir. There's no need to change to someone else. Hell, we just met, and I was just stating my observations. Hell, my great-grandpappy, Paw, was a big, brawny black man. You'll do just fine. You'll do just fine. Mr. Crumb is an interesting fella. I gave up two-time and crystal and old lady China for the last 10 years of my sentence. I don't like keeping company with demons. I have too many thoughts already to be giving up space to some foolishness. Did you know I invented the television and radio? The government stole my patterns right out from under me.
Interesting indeed. Were you able to establish a preliminary diagnosis?
No, I hadn't. I'm sure he will fit criteria for a substance use diagnosis. He mentioned abstaining from methamphetamine and heroin. However, he continues consistent use of alcohol and cannabis.
Given the presentation of the client and your observations, I believe you can confidently establish a substance use disorders across alcohol, marijuana and stimulant use disorders, with the later specified in abstinence for past 10 years. You'll want to confirm this with a current substance abuse screening.
I was definitely leaning in that direction. Thank you. I had missed the specifiers for historic use. How should I approach the psychosis? Mr. Crumb mentioned keeping company with demons and having too many thoughts already. He also believes the government stole his pattern for television and radio. He wholeheartedly believes this.
I see. With the information your client presented, you should establish a fitting criteria and specify as a rule out. His records should arrive within the week. I would suggest reviewing those and ask him to keep a log of any thoughts or hallucinating events as they occur.
Hey, I put my hand up on your hip, and you dip. I put your hand up on my hip. Did you know the government stole my invention for peanut butter and Coca-Cola? And the FBI is just relentless in recruiting me for Beirut? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Interesting. Just so very interesting.
Yes, Steve, I definitely agree. Interesting.